Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to tackle a piece of advice that you've probably heard a million times. Follow your passion. It's everywhere, right? On posters, in graduation speeches. It's like the golden rule of our modern work culture. The idea is so appealing. Just find that one thing you absolutely love, make it your job, and you'll never work a day in your life. But is that actually good advice? Could that simple phrase be, holding us back? Let's get into it. And maybe nobody made this idea more famous than Steve Jobs. His 2005 Stanford commencement speech, wow, that one quote really became the anthem for the whole passion movement. It's super inspiring, and it makes the search for passion feel like this grand, important quest you have to go on.
But here's the thing. What if that compass, handed to us by one of the most brilliant minds of our time, what if it's actually flawed? What if this big idea we've all built our career dreams on isn't the whole story?
Yeah, because on the total opposite side of things, you've got a guy like Mike Rowe from the show Dirty Jobs, and his opinion, he just straight up says it's terrible advice. After spending time with people doing some of the toughest, most essential jobs you can imagine, he says, hey, don't follow your passion, follow opportunity. He points out that there's often a huge difference between what we might love doing and what the world actually needs and pays for. Okay, and this is where it starts to get really, really interesting. This isn't just about two different opinions. It's actually about culture. According to social psychologists Paul O'Keefe and E.J. Horberg, our obsession with passion isn't some deep, universal human thing. Nope, it's actually a pretty modern Western idea that grew out of very individualistic societies. It's not a basic need, it's a cultural ideal. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. In so-called independent cultures, like here in the US, we tend to see ourselves as individuals first. So picking a job based on your personal passion feels like the ultimate expression of who you are. But in a lot of interdependent cultures, where your identity is more tied to your family and your community, the idea of passion can be seen with a bit of skepticism. It might even seem a little selfish when things like stability and taking care of your family come first. And it goes even deeper than that. Sociologist Aaron Sech has found that this passion principle has some pretty serious downsides. For one, it kind of assumes everyone has a financial safety net to just keep looking for their passion, which puts people without that privilege at a huge disadvantage. It also creates a work culture where it's okay to be overworked and underpaid because, hey, you're supposed to love it, right? At the end of the day, it can actually end up making social inequalities even worse. Okay, so if follow your passion is a bit of a busted compass, what's the alternative? Well, let's look at a completely different way to think about this. It's a shift from finding passion to actually building it. Let's call it the craftsman alternative. So the author Cal Newport draws this really clear line between two mindsets. The passion mindset asks, what can the world give me? It's all about you and finding that perfect job that fits your existing interests. But the craftsman mindset completely flips that. It asks, what can I give to the world? The whole point is to develop skills that are rare and valuable, to get, as he famously puts it, so good they can't ignore you. And this is the absolute key takeaway. Passion isn't the starting point, it's the result. From the craftsman point of view, you don't find an amazing career because you were passionate from day one. You become passionate because you've built an amazing career. The confidence, the autonomy, the respect you get from being truly great at something valuable, that's what makes you passionate. Professor Scott Galloway says it in a much more blunt way. He's like, people who tell you to follow your passion are already rich. His advice? Follow your talent. Find something you're good at, work at it, and become great at it. The success and the rewards that come from that, well, that's what's going to make you passionate about what you do. But look, becoming great at something isn't a walk in the park. It takes more than just having a talent. This whole craftsman path requires a certain kind of toughness, a real stamina for the long journey. And that leads us to this super important idea, grit. The researcher Angela Duckworth defines grit as this mix of perseverance and passion, but specifically for your long-term goals. It's not about being intense for a week or a month. It's about having stamina. It's treating your goals like a marathon, not a sprint, and just sticking with it year after year, even when you fail or things get incredibly hard. And what's really cool is that grit doesn't seem to be something you're just born with. If you look at this chart from Duckworth's research, you can see a really clear trend. The older people get, the more grit they tend to have. This kind of suggests that we learn it over time, probably by figuring out that constantly quitting and starting something new just doesn't work in the long run. So we've talked about building passion with craftsmanship and sticking with it through grit. But let's circle back to the idea of passion itself one last time. Because it turns out, even when you do have passion, not all passion is created equal.
The psychologist Robert Vallerand came up with this brilliant model. He says there are two types of passion: harmonious and obsessive. Harmonious passion is when you choose to do something because you genuinely love it. It fits nicely with the rest of your life. You are in control. Obsessive passion, though, comes from pressure. It feels like this uncontrollable urge to the point where the activity starts to control you, and it causes major conflicts in your life.
And you can see why this difference matters so much. Harmonious passion leads to all the good stuff: positive feelings, getting in the zone, a healthy kind of persistence. But obsessive passion, that's linked to anxiety, shame, and a kind of rigid persistence that can actually be destructive, like an athlete who keeps training on a serious injury. They lead to totally different places. This model from Vallerand's work really lays it all out. You can see that both types of passion can get you to practice hard and perform well. But check out the different roads they take. Harmonious passion also leads to well-being and a desire to truly master your craft. Obsessive passion, on the other hand, can also lead to this fear of failure, which can actually hurt your performance and definitely makes you miserable along the way. So after looking at all of this, we're kind of left with a whole new way of thinking. The old advice sent us out on a scavenger hunt to find the one perfect passion. But maybe the better question, the one that gives us more power, isn't about finding something that's hiding out there. It's about what we can create ourselves. So what if, instead of searching for your passion, you just started building it? Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it and learned something, and you want to share your own opinion or experience, definitely comment down below. I would love to see your thoughts and experiences. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on that notification bell so you get notified when I upload more videos like this one. Have a good day. Bye.